YNR Spoilers Weekly Update July 27th to 31st. Nikki's health crisis, Sharon spills a secret, and Billy turns bitter. Nikki faces another heartbreaking setback. Sharon exposes confidential news, and Billy's growing resentment threatens his future with Sally. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for the week of July 27th, 2026. We can expect Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, to blab a secret. Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, tries to make amends. Plus, Nikki Newman's Melody Thomas Scott. Health takes another downturn. Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Billy Abbott's resentment. Let's start off with Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. The man found out that Sally didn't tell him about Newman Media the minute he got home. Sally was working up to it, but Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, told him first. Sally really didn't have much of a choice. There is no way she could win a battle against Victor Newman, Eric Braeden. It certainly isn't worth it while Sally is pregnant. However, Billy is bitter and keeps secrets of his own like a child. So, expect this union to go belly up soon enough. That's all Sally needs, is Billy being deceptive and bitter all over again. Nikki Newman's health setback. Over with Nikki. She will struggle with her health setback. The woman was really hoping that she would be able to see again. That still hasn't happened, which she is reminded of every time she tries to look in the mirror. Could this lead to Nikki thinking about booze again? Nick Newman's fall. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of July 27th reveal that Nikki won't be the only one with a setback. Nick has one as well, which he confides to Sharon. In turn, Sharon alerts Noah Newman, Lucas Adams. What else to expect? As for what else to expect, Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, lashes out at Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan. Meanwhile, Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, celebrates a win. As for Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, he interrogates Adam about Spectre Charles, aka Newman Media. There is also Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. Their romance starts to heat up. Meanwhile, Matt and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, share a toast. Speaking of Matt, he will try to make amends with Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun. Despite their past, I still wonder if they have a future. As for Victor and Nikki, they agree to a new start. Does that mean getting back together as a couple, though? Finally, Abby Winters, Melissa Ordway, confides in Daniel Romalotti, Jr., Michael Grzadii. Genoa City has never been a place where peace lasts for long, and this week proves exactly why. Old wounds reopen, hidden truths explode into the open, and one shocking medical emergency leaves everyone questioning what comes next. With Nikki Newman facing an unexpected health crisis, Sharon carrying a life-changing secret, and Billy Abbott allowing resentment to consume him, the drama reaches an emotional breaking point. Nikki's sudden collapse stuns the Newman family. For months, Nikki Newman has tried to project strength. As the respected matriarch of the Newman family, she has weathered more storms than most people could imagine. But even the strongest person has limits. What begins as a routine charity gala quickly turns into a nightmare. Guests are enjoying the elegant evening when Nikki suddenly loses her balance. At first, those nearby assume she simply became dizzy from exhaustion. Within moments, however, she collapses, leaving Victor Newman rushing to her side. The room falls silent. Victoria immediately calls for medical assistance while Nick desperately tries to keep everyone calm. Victor, usually a picture of confidence, cannot hide the fear on his face as Nikki is rushed to the hospital. Doctors initially suspect stress-related complications, but further testing reveals that Nikki's condition could be much more serious than anyone imagined. The uncertainty creates panic throughout the Newman family. Victor refuses to leave her bedside. Despite decades of overcoming impossible obstacles, he realizes there is one battle he cannot control. As news spreads across Genoa City, friends and rivals alike begin reflecting on Nikki's importance in their lives. Even longtime enemies acknowledge that the city would never be the same without her strength and determination. Sharon carries a secret that could change everything. While concern grows for Nikki, Sharon Rosala struggles with a burden she can no longer carry alone. For weeks, Sharon has been acting differently. Friends notice she's distracted, emotional, and hesitant whenever certain names come up in conversation. Finally, after several sleepless nights, she makes the difficult decision to reveal the truth. The confession comes during an emotional conversation with Nick Newman. Expecting a discussion about Nikki's condition, Nick is completely blindsided when Sharon admits she has been hiding critical information. The revelation isn't simply personal, it has the potential to affect several families throughout Genoa City. Sharon explains that she kept quiet because she believed revealing the truth would destroy relationships that had finally begun to heal. Every day she delayed made confessing even more difficult. Nick struggles to process what he's hearing. He understands Sharon's reasons but cannot ignore the consequences of her silence. As the secret spreads beyond the Newman family, reactions vary dramatically. Some offer forgiveness, recognizing Sharon's impossible position. Others feel deeply betrayed, believing honesty should have come much sooner. The revelation creates fresh tension between longtime friends, while reopening conflicts many believed had finally been resolved. Billy Abbott's growing anger takes center stage. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott finds himself slipping into increasingly dangerous emotional territory. Already frustrated by recent setbacks in both his personal and professional life, Billy watches as everyone else seems focused on crises that leave little room for his own disappointments. Instead of seeking support, he allows bitterness to take control. His conversations become sharper. His patients closest to him notice that something has fundamentally changed. Jack Abbott attempts to reason with his younger brother, encouraging him to stop making impulsive decisions driven by resentment. Billy refuses to listen. He believes people have underestimated him for years, and now he's determined to prove everyone wrong, regardless of who gets hurt along the way. His growing frustration soon affects his business judgment. Rather than pursuing thoughtful strategies, Billy begins making risky moves that appear motivated more by revenge than success. Friends worry he is heading toward another destructive spiral, one that could undo years of personal growth. Victor faces his greatest fear. For all of Victor Newman's power and influence, Nikki's medical emergency reminds him that wealth cannot solve every problem. Throughout the hospital ordeal, Victor sets aside business concerns entirely. His focus remains fixed on the woman who has stood beside him through triumph and tragedy alike. Their conversations become surprisingly vulnerable. Instead of discussing corporate battles or family conflicts, they reflect on shared memories, mistakes they've overcome, and the future they still hope to build together. These quiet moments reveal a softer side of Victor rarely seen by others. Even longtime observers recognize that Nikki has always been his greatest strength. Should her condition worsen, Victor's entire outlook on life could change. Families begin choosing sides. As Sharon's secret spreads and Billy's attitude becomes increasingly confrontational, old alliances begin shifting once again. Some believe Sharon deserves compassion because she acted out of fear rather than malice. Others insist trust, once broken, is nearly impossible to rebuild. Billy, meanwhile, pushes away those trying hardest to help him. Every conversation becomes another argument. Every disagreement feels personal. His refusal to accept responsibility creates growing distance between himself and the people who genuinely care about his future. Jack fears Billy is repeating painful patterns from the past. Phyllis questions whether she can continue defending him. Even those who once believed in his redemption begin wondering if he's headed toward another major downfall. Nikki inspires hope despite uncertainty. As Nikki slowly regains consciousness, doctors remain cautiously optimistic. Recovery will not be easy. She must reduce stress, prioritize her health, and allow family members to support her rather than carrying every burden alone. For Nikki, Accepting help may prove harder than any medical treatment. Still, seeing loved ones gathered around her bedside reminds everyone why family remains the heart of Genoa City. Old disagreements seem insignificant compared to the possibility of losing someone so deeply loved. For a brief moment, even bitter rivals find common ground. What's next for Genoa City? With Nikki fighting to recover, Sharon confronting the fallout from her confession, and Billy walking an increasingly dangerous emotional path, Genoa City stands on the edge of another dramatic turning point. Will Nikki emerge stronger than ever? Can Sharon repair the trust she's broken before the damage becomes permanent? Or will Billy's bitterness push him into making choices that change his future forever? One thing is certain. In Genoa City, today's secrets become tomorrow's scandals, and every decision creates consequences that ripple through generations. As these emotional storylines continue to unfold, fans can expect unexpected alliances, heartbreaking confrontations, and the kind of unforgettable twists that have kept viewers captivated for decades. No matter how these stories end, one truth remains unchanged. Life in Genoa City is never predictable, and every new chapter promises even greater drama than the last.